Hi there, welcome to Math 143 Online. I'm your instructor, Miss Wood. So after you log into your My CFCC portal and click on your Math 143 class, this is where you land. On this front page, then obviously you found the video that you're watching now. And above that video, you have a couple pieces there that are highlighted. One is telling you the absolute final due date of your enrollment verification, and then some extra credit that's tied to it if you do it ahead of its due date. And so definitely take advantage of that. Below the video is some information about setting up your Pearson MyLab Math account, and I'll talk more about that in just a few moments. But again, if you haven't done so already, be sure that you click here on this enrollment verification and do that first, because you won't be able to access many of the things that I'm going to show you here in the video until you do that enrollment verification. So that must be taken care of. It's just four questions there. All right, so down just below that, you'll see my contact information. So I'm going to click here on that first, I'll click here on that button because I want to draw your attention to the fact that since you are an online class, you have virtual hours. So each week I will be offering a virtual hour, and I will send out announcements also each week. And in that announcement, I will provide you with a link to be able to join that virtual office hour. It is completely drop in. You can come in and ask questions and then leave. And I also have in-person office hours as well, so feel free to stop by during those as well. My virtual office hours are being opened up to all of my online classes, so I will have several different subjects in at that particular time frame, just so you're aware of that. So there won't be any formal teaching during that time, but I will certainly answer questions and things like that. Okay, but it wouldn't be a formal. This is just for Math 143, that sort of thing. So just so you're aware of that. I will go back to our home page and draw your attention to the buttons below the instructor information. So on the far right is just that, student support and help resources. So I encourage you to click on that if at any point you find that you need some additional help with anything Canvas or CFCC related. You can click there, and that has a ton of information. I'm going to click on the syllabus button there in the middle. You can also access the syllabus by clicking on syllabus over here on the left-hand side of your navigation screen. The top one is your syllabus, so you definitely need to pull that up and read through it so that you're aware of everything, that all of the components for the class. I find that clicking on the arrow over on the right is quicker than clicking on the document itself, but you can do either way. But I will click on the course schedule, so I'm going to click on that one. I did the download. And it'll take a minute to pull up, but you'll see that I tried to color code our schedule. All of the yellow highlighted pieces, those are quizzes. So I have it set up that everything that is graded, it's going to be my intention that you will be completing that in Canvas. So definitely all of your quizzes will be submitted in Canvas, and it's also my intention to be able to set up your tests to also be taken in Canvas, as opposed to MyLab Math. So just so you're aware of that. So all of the yellow highlighted pieces are quizzes that you will take in Canvas. They are generally Word documents for the most part, and you can, well, I'll talk more about those in just a minute. So I'll just say, we'll save that for just a few minutes when I actually can show you what a particular quiz looks like. All right, so the yellow, again, those are your quizzes. They are so they have various, they're falling on different days of the week, but they're always due by 11:59 p.m. on their particular due dates. You'll notice your testing windows are highlighted in green. On each of those testing windows, I'm giving you a 4-day testing window. So the first 3 are happening, as you can see there, a Friday to Monday, giving you the weekend also included in there. If at any point during this semester you have an issue with a posted testing window, reach out to me so that I can adjust the testing window for you. If you just don't take it, then what that tells me is that you're not staying up with the class, you're not reading your announcements, and so you would get a 0 for the test. So be sure that you are staying up with the class and following along with my announcements, following along with the schedule, and with any changes that may arise. But generally for an online class, there aren't too many changes that occur with your schedule. So, and then I highlighted in pink our breaks for this class. Okay. All right, so I think that covers. Oh, I will break one other distinction here. You'll notice, and whenever we get back to Canvas, you'll notice that in Canvas I have notes, I have labs, I've got videos and all that sort of thing. But all of these labs, they'll have a do not submit in parentheses. Labs and homework for this course are for your benefit, for practicing the material. The only two graded components in this class will be your quizzes and your tests. So the labs and the homework are for you to get more proficient with the work. If your quizzes aren't timed, but your tests are. So if you don't practice enough, then most likely you're going to run out of time when it comes time to take your test. So just so you're aware of that, be sure that you're taking the time to put some extra effort into completing these labs, and or completing the quizzes. I'm sorry, and or completing the homework. So remember, labs and homework are suggested, highly encouraged, but your two graded components for this course are going to be your quizzes and your test. If you have any questions about the schedule, please feel free to reach out. I'm going to go back to that home page and draw your attention to course modules. So again, course modules can be accessed by clicking the button on that home page, or you can just click on modules over here on the left-hand side of your screen. Either way will work. I will talk about Pearson last. I'm going to come down here below and talk about our coursework because, like I said, the majority of everything that we do in this class will be primarily focused here in Canvas. So as you'll see here in each unit, we have this course, Math 143, has 4 units. Each unit will be set up this exact same way. I will put the graded assignments at the top of the folder so that you have at the top of the module, so that you have that right there and at your straight away, so you don't have to scroll too far to find it. It'll be right there at the top. At the very underneath this first grade assignment, I created a video showing you how to submit your assignments in Canvas. So if you've never done that before, you might want to check out that video. I'm going to go ahead and click on this first assignment. The first assignment is referred to as an icebreaker assignment. It has 2 components: setting up your MyLab Math account, because that's going to give you access to some homework problems to try, and it's also going to give you access to your ebook. Okay, so you've paid for access to MyLab Math through your registration for the course, so you want to take advantage of those resources that are available to you in there. So, and then the other thing is that I'm asking you to do is to fill out the student information sheet that's down here at the bottom. What my recommendation would be is that you would take that document. If you have access to a printer, I would print it off. If not, then pull out a sheet of notebook paper and write your answers to that, to this. I mean, you can see it's really short, okay? What I want you to practice though here is how are you going to submit your work, because it's math. I don't want you throughout the semester trying to type up your math homework. It takes more time. You know that it's far easier for you just to write out your math steps. Do not sit down and try to type up your math work. It's definitely time consuming and not worth that extra time. I'm not looking for it, okay? I would much prefer to see handwritten work shown than typed up work. And in many cases, I may not, I may tell you as such that I don't want to see this typed up. I want to see your work in your own handwriting, showing your steps, okay? So take the time then, like I said, if you have a printer, print it off, print this little document off, write out your sheet, write out your answers, and then you're gonna need to take a picture of it, whether you use your smartphone, whether you use the Canvas app. The Canvas app is a nice tool because it'll allow you to upload your assignments directly from the app, or if you have a printer that has scanning capabilities, you can use that. I recommend downloading a scanner app on your phone if you don't already have a scanning app. I mentioned one in the syllabus to you. I think I also mentioned one in your announcement. And then you can upload it here into Canvas. Again, I want you to practice doing that here. I know that this document here will be an easy thing just to type into, but I'd like for you to practice writing it out and submitting it now, so that whenever you are asked to do your next quiz, which will be your first real math quiz, which will be on the first 2 sections there, that you already have the steps under your belt and you know how to submit. Okay. So anyway, the graded assignments will always be at the top of the module. Underneath that will be the notes and videos. Each unit except the 3rd unit will have a handout, will have a formula sheet. So the formula sheet is here at the top, so I definitely recommend printing it off so you have it available to you as you work through the unit itself. And then each set of notes will run this exact same way. Where I pulled up notes 2A, you'll see that there's a video of me teaching that set of notes. Here is the blank set of notes, and there's a worked out solution key for that set of notes. So I'm going to click on that set of notes and pull them up, and then I'm also going to click on the solution key. All right, so here's our set of notes. So again, hopefully you would have access to a printer that you could print this off, because ideally what I would recommend that you do is that after you have this printed off, you're going to go back to Canvas and you're going to hit play on the video. And you're going to be filling it in as I'm talking through it on the video. Pause it when you need to. Maybe if I go a little faster than you can write, pause it then. There will also be times in the video where I say, now you try the next problem on your own. That's where the solution key comes into play. Let me see if I did not. The solution key didn't download. I'll click on the solution key so that you can see what that looks like. But I show all of the steps, just like I did in the video, worked out. So then that way, like I said, if there's any problems in the video that I don't do, I recommend pausing the video, you try that one on your own, and like I said, that's where the solution key comes into play. You pull up the solution key, you check yourself, make sure you're good to go. If you have questions, then you'll reach out to me or go to the math lab. Either one is acceptable, okay? Let me also draw your attention to the bottom of the notes. The bottom of the notes, there are homework, okay? Again, homework is not graded, but this is coming from your ebook. And whenever we get into Pearson in just a few minutes, I will show you, what I'm talking about, okay? With these homework problems. But these particular homework problems, I have worked out, shown all my steps to, and those are posted online here in Canvas. And so we will go ahead get back to our modules. So each set of homework will have a suggested set of homework at the bottom. And if you come on down here below, Unit 1 Homework Solutions, click on 2A there, and these are my worked out solutions to those homework assignments. Again, just like how I showed the work like I did in the video, okay? I will go back to our modules. Let's see, so underneath the Unit 1 notes and videos for each unit, you will have a test review. So I definitely would not try to come in and take your test without having completed the review. So be sure you take advantage of working through that review. And then underneath that are your Unit 1 labs. These are the labs that I refer to on the schedule that I pulled up just a few minutes ago. Again, these labs are not graded. They are provided for you to practice with the material. You're given a blank lab and a worked out solutions key for each lab. If you ever have questions about any kind of lab or something, definitely reach out to me. I'll talk about where to do that in just a moment. So let's see. So like I said, you've got notes and videos, you've got a review, you've got labs, and you've got homework solutions. When it gets closer to test time, you will also have your Unit 1 test that will be posted up here at the top with your Unit 1 graded assignments. Before you take your first test, I will create a Unit 1 test demo. And in that demo, I will put a couple of problems in there so that you can practice with the types of problems, whether they be multiple choice, true, false, short answer, and that sort of thing, so that you'll have the opportunity to practice with the course under a time scenario, because your tests are timed. And I'll also allow you then to practice submitting your work, because with all of your tests, you will have to submit your work. It tells you in your syllabus that your work should follow the methods that are presented here in the videos. They should not, you should not be utilizing methods from outside resources. So they should mimic the methods that are presented here in the videos. No work, no credit. So be sure that you do that. And it is part of submitting your work is part of your test submission, and you will submit that work with your test. I think that's all that I need to talk about there. Each unit is done exactly the same way. I did mention about having questions. If you have any content-related questions throughout the semester, you can click over here on the left-hand side, which are known as discussions. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this one up here to pin discussions. I have an open homework and course content question forum, and you can click on that. Any course content question, whether it's from the notes, the video, the labs, the homework, you can, if you have a question like that, I encourage you and I'm asking you, please submit those questions here. You just hit reply and you type in your question and hit submit. And then that way, and you can even do it anonymously. If you don't want other people to know that it was you that was asking this question, you can do it anonymously. I will respond to your question, but then that way, because you're in an online class, then everybody in the course gets the benefit from my answer to your question, okay? Now, of course, if it is something specific to you and your grade, you should send me an email. But again, content-related questions in reference to the content itself, please utilize this forum so that everyone in the class can take advantage of the responses and the questions. Because most likely, if you have that question, others in the class also have that same question. Um, let's see, I had talked to you about if we had, if you have, I'll send you, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I talked to you about the fact that if each week we have an open virtual hour, so I will send you links for that as well. All right, so let's go back to our modules and let's click on the Pearson MyLab Math and ebook module. So at the top is a directions for setting up your MyLab Math account if you want step-by-step instructions. I feel like though that clicking on the Pearson course materials link though, I feel like they do a pretty good job of navigating you through it without those directions, but if you need it, they're provided for you. So the very first time that you access Pearson course materials, it's going to have you set up an account. Again, be sure that you are using Google Chrome as your web browser and that you are accessing your Pearson course materials utilizing this link right here. If you're accessing it from some other site, it's going to ask you to pay for it, and it's also going to ask you for a code. You have already paid for your Pearson course materials by registering for the class, so you do not have to do that now. And then you have also I don't have a code to give you. So again, you should be utilizing Google Chrome to access your Canvas class so that once you get in here and you click on Pearson course materials, you won't have any issues because Pearson does not communicate well with Safari, for example. So once you click on your Pearson course materials, you'll set up your account. Again, no code is required and you should not have to pay for it. After you've set up your account, then each subsequent time that you enter your Pearson course materials, is going to look like this. You'll continue in a new window, then you're going to have a yellow button that appears to open up MyLab and Mastering. And then you'll land here in your Pearson course. So I have created homework problems in this particular forum, as well as you have the homework problems that I assigned at the bottom of the set of notes. Again, homework is not graded. It is provided as a resource to help you practice ahead of taking the quizzes and the test. Again, tests are timed. If you don't do any practice, you most likely are going to run out of time. So be sure that you do something outside of just looking at the notes before you take your test. All right, so what do I want to pull up? I'll first pull up assignments just so you can see, and you can click on assignments over here on the left-hand side of the screen. I have created, if you prefer to do your homework digitally, I've created homework assignments that correspond, that are tailored to the notes and how you will be tested for each section. They opened up on the first day. They have no official due date. I mean, they have a due date as the last day of class, but again, homework is suggested, not required. It is not part of your grade. The other piece that I want to pull up here is your ebook. Also, with those homework problems in MyLab Math, you're given unlimited attempts. So you can work through those as many times as you like. You can ask for similar exercises if you ever get one wrong so that you can try it over and over again for practice, okay? I'm going to click over here on the three bars so that I can show, like for example, we're going to start in Chapter 2 under Section 2A. I believe that the homework started on page like 85, so I can come down here and I can type in 85. It was either 85 or 88. Yeah, it was 85. Great. So those homework problems that I was referencing at the bottom of that set of 2A notes, these were the problems that I was referring to. And so now I can click to the next page, and these are those particular problems. And again, those worked out solution keys to those problems were provided for you online in Canvas. If you have any questions about that, please feel free to reach out. But again, here in MyLab Math, there are also other additional resources as well, okay? But those should help to help supplement the pieces that are in Canvas for you. All right, so I'm going to go back to our course itself. I'll go back to our home page. And if there's, if you ever forget about what I was talking to you about in terms of setting up your Pearson account, this is talking to you here about that. Be sure that you're accessing it here through your Canvas class and using Google Chrome. I think I've covered everything. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm looking forward to a great semester, and thanks a lot. Bye.